let's go. Hello Twitch, hello YouTube, hello anybody, wherever you're from. Welcome to another, I was to say episode. It's not really some episode, but you know, basically it's kind of it is at the same time because we're just doing some work through the project and everything. But yeah, this afternoon we're starting on something different from what we have done so far. Well, it still involves fabricating, cutting, making noise, welding. Well, so not that different, but this afternoon we're looking at doing some structural work, so that's gonna be quite a huge thing. Sheesh, what up? Let's go! What's up, RS1? Hey, hope the stream was alright on your side. Hey, what's up, Ludwig, with a first time chat. Hello, hello. Welcome by. Yo, what up? That's so crazy. Hey, you're starting, I'm starting the stream and bam, already, let's go. Love it. Hey, thank you for the follow, Dino and Ludwig.
Perky underscore just joined the crew.
And there's Arky Perky. I'm trying to pronounce that. Oh my god, it's so hard for me. The French little boy.
Underscore 52 just joined the crew.
Big love. What a Chad. Holy crap.
7331 just joined the crew.
Thank you so much, guys. Oh my god, what a way to start the afternoon. So welcome by. Well, RS1, you already had that speech yesterday, but let me start over for your viewers. So welcome by. I guess you were playing some games with RS1. I hope the stream was super fun and really chill over there. Welcome in my little garage. I'm at my home and I've decided this summer to start working on a car project I've been waiting for almost 10 years to work on. Basically, we're working on a Datsun 280ZX from 79. So the car is more than 40 years old. It's quite crazy when you think about it. And we are doing like a major performance and tuning project with it. We're swapping, basically I'm looking there because the engine's over there, but we're swapping LQ4 6-liter engine from 2003 with some upgrade on it, and we're going turbo. So we're aiming at 600 HP like in the overall, that's the goal, and we're doing a lot of mods around that to reach that power goal and also make the car fun to drive and fun to put on the racetrack, and basically, yeah, like handling well, being really strong, having good brakes, stuff like that, you know, because 600 HP, it's cool, but it's also cool when you're not ending in a wall. Right? So yeah, this morning we finished working on what was probably the worst part of the project, repairing some rust. Yeah, I hate it. It's really not my kind of stuff to do. It's hard, it's not always beautiful. I'm not a body worker for cars, so in fact I'm not even a mechanic. So yeah, so this is really not the thing I'm loving the most. But right now we're about to do some crazy stuff this afternoon. We are going to work on the body of the car, but more specifically on the chassis. Let me show you what I mean by that. I have a little picture here. This afternoon we're aiming at doing something like this. So the red piece in here is basically...
Wow.
Sheesh!
RS1DK gifted Ludwig 7331 a sub. Enjoy. RS1DK gifted a tier 1 sub to Ludwig 7331. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
First gifted sub in the channel. I love it. RS1, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so, and by the way, Ludwig, I'm doing really well. I was all about my speech, so I forgot to answer your message, but I'm doing really, really well. Thank you. I hope you're having a great day too. Hey, RS1, thank you so much. You can't see me now because I'm just showing that thing here, bloop. But yeah, basically, I'm smiling quite a lot. Yeah, so basically here, what we're planning to do is doing a custom part looking a bit like this. Well, we won't have the CNC thing here. Hey, thank you, thank you. Well, you are too, honestly. Rating twice in 2 days, using your Prime over here, doing a gifted sub, man, you are a great dude too, okay? I'm just telling you that. That's so sweet of
Hello
you.
there.
Hello there. Basically, we're trying to replicate that kind of things on that car right now. It is a Datsun, but it is a 240Z, which is the previous generation from our 280ZX. So that part is not available for my car, but I really love how it's working in here. Basically, this is just giving a bit more strength to the front part of the car, knowing that we're putting a heavier engine with a lot of power in there. I feel like this is something not too hard to do to improve basically the handling of the car, so make the structural integrity even better. Basically, what you have to keep in mind is no matter what you are doing in life, the triangle shape is always the strongest thing you can have, like to do a structure with it. Let me explain that quite easily. Thank you again. Like, oh my God, I'm all over the place right now because of that. You're just awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Basically, what I mean by the triangle shape. If I was standing like this and someone was pushing me, you understand that I will just fall, right? But if we're doing just like that, now I have a triangle, my legs with the ground is doing a triangle. If someone's pushing me from one side, I have way better balance, right? And in a structure, basically, you will have exactly the same kind of effect. You're putting strength to a structure, so the structure basically will handle like a steady strength applied to it, and a triangle shape will help divide the forces, like the constant strength applied to the structure. It's gonna help to put it everywhere at once and not only on a really specific spot, creating like a weak point or more of a failure, possible failure point. So this is what we are planning, because basically right now when I'm putting the engine, like here everything is forcing, the front is trying to move down, and right now it's strong. The way it's designed is really strong, but basically I'm just gonna make sure that the bottom part of my chassis is gonna also communicate a little bit further at the front with the top structural part there. So this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. If we look again at the picture just one last time, you're gonna see probably why we don't have it with the car. Here, they basically designed just a flat spot there with some like side to weld it to the structure of the car. And here, well, it's pretty flat, that's easy. Up here, it's looking similar to what we have on the car. However, we don't have a flat surface here. So we're gonna have to make one. This is the hardest part, but I don't think it's gonna be too hard. So let me show you with that look here. So basically, what I mean with that is that if we're looking, let me just turn a little bit the camera. So when looking at the picture, we want a tube coming from here, or like, yeah, somewhere around here to that corner. However, that corner is not flat at all. So what we will have to do is use some metal that I already have. Like, I have some scrap metal that's really thick, that's gonna make a really good structure, and that is exactly the perfect width that we need. So we are going to use that to make ourselves a flat spot over here. Then we're gonna add just a bit of bracing right next to that. And we're gonna start with a really thick tube like this. So this is pretty thick. And wait, what? I've been following for a year. Wait, what? There's no way. Were you? A year or a day? No, you didn't put a follow. So that means at some point you came across the stream, and if it was a car stream, it was maybe on an old Camaro, red Camaro, or what else? When I was disassembling the engine for that car, I don't know. Well, welcome by again. That's crazy. So, as you can see, this is the plan for this afternoon, trying to make everything work in here and just having that piece of thick tube welded in here to just add some rigidity to the structural part there. So, okay then, that shouldn't be too bad. Still a lot of work, but with everything we have done so far on the car, I think this is something we can do. Front cam. I don't remember 2RS1. Hey, thank you so much. Well, I hope, because I'm also a teacher, a part-time teacher in 3D animation, so if I'm bad at explaining, we're gonna have a bad time. Yeah, and by the way, like I said, everyone, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a professional in that. I've just been really interested and passionate about cars for like the last 15 years, since I'm even more than that. Oh damn, I'm old. Basically, since I'm 12 years old, I'm super interested about everything around cars, and especially modifying it and like pushing them to their full potential, and even there trying to push further and add stuff to make their full potential, the limit of it, even further away. So this is my kind of way of thinking about cars. It's really about seeing the potential and then putting that and just making it happen. And also, there's potential in the car, and you also have the potential of the driver. So I'm also doing a lot of racing and stuff like that, just because I want to push myself to the best I can be. And yeah, that seems a bit generic, yeah. Like a lot of people, always be the best version of yourself. But actually, I'm really trying to be the best driver I can become. So, and it's not something you can do when you're 50. You want to work on that when you are in your 20s. Basically, and well, you can start at 50, but it's harder to get over the reflex and just the idea of, oh, maybe I will crash. Like, the older you are, the more you think about it. But right now, I'm still in that YOLO mood, and I'm trying to push far with that. So yeah, so let's go. And most of what I'm doing right now in the car is things I've seen again and again and again over the internet, watching some YouTubers explaining everything and why they are doing so. So everything kind of makes sense to me, and it's not like, oh, I've seen that on Instagram, I'm gonna do it. No, it's really about like doing a lot of research. Shall we start by cutting a few things? I have a small piece over here I want to cut because it's not looking great at all at the moment. I'm just going to show it to you. There's a yellow line that's gonna help you see. Dual side. Hey, for sure. You will see with my French-Canadian accent, sometimes my butt is not listening to me well, so I'm gonna look stupid, but it happens, so yeah. Hey, by the way, anyone interested in cars in the chat that wanna share what they are driving, honestly, go ahead. I'm really interested with that, so it's always a pleasure to talk about the cars people are owning. That's super cool. Or what's the craziest car you have driven so far? Like, this is two things that I really love to talk about, because everyone has different stories about those. So basically I just want to clean that edge a little bit. It's like the floor has been repaired. There's a bit of welding going on here that's not super clean. So we're just going to remove part of it and probably re-weld that edge to make it really strong. And same here, there's a bit of weld that's not super pretty at the bottom. So we're gonna remove that. All right, let's go. Loud noise. Let's go.
Tuxedo's just joined the crew.
All right, so I will get my first car in a few months. I am excited and I'm thinking on an older BMW. Oh, I love BMWs, they are so great. Okay, so you can type exclamation mark cars to see the cars I'm owning at the moment, the interesting one, the boring one. But yeah, I have a few cars at the moment, and one of my favorite, the one I'm racing, is the E36 M3. However, I think you are on in Europe, right? You guys, you are in Europe, and basically I have here, okay, yeah, so I have not the same M3 as you guys had over there in Europe. The E36 M3 you had was the S52 with the S50 and S52 with the 315 horsepower, and here in the US version, well, North America, because I'm Canadian, so not really US, but it's called the US spec. The US spec basically is a 2.8 cylinder that has been stroked and like from the company. So basically it's
_TV_fan just joined the crew.
Who just changed the name of its second account to make a follow. I love that. It's funny. All right, and yeah, so basically there was two versions. The E36 Euro spec that has over 300 HP. It's completely insane, and the engine is totally different from what we had here. And here the US spec is basically the 2.8 liter that has been modified from the company, from factory, and it's still pretty good, but it's not as cool as the one you have. But old BMWs I recommend, like up to 2009, I will say, because 2009, even 2006, 2007, because after that, when getting into the E90, they cost way more to maintain in good shape. Like a lot of sensors, a lot of pricey part, where the E46 and E36 version is way more easy to work on. So if you want to do some work by yourself, it won't take as many special tools for them. So really good choice. Thank you for the follow, by the way, my #1 fan. I love that. It's crazy. Loud noise. E46 or E60, yeah, the E60, if I remember correctly, is the 5 Series, right? For a first car, it's pretty cool. If you're looking for performance, it's gonna be more on the daily drive side than a track car. But yeah, E46 all day, every day, for real. They are super good. Even the 325, that's a bit cheaper than the 330, is still really good. It's making like almost 200 HP, but like, what you have to keep in mind with BMWs is that even at 200 or 250 HPs, they are a really good car for a daily driver, because basically second and third gear are feeling so great. Like, they are really great. It's when you're getting on in fourth or fifth that it's a little bit less fun to drive, but like, on the road, you're not supposed to really do stupid things over the third gear, because already third gear full RPM is basically 136 kilometers per hour, something like that. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Like, they are not like crazy 300, 400 HP cars, but they are still really fun to drive. So I recommend. All right, so when I say that the car has been hacked quite a few times, this is what I mean by that. Basically, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and even that one is not really holding in place, to be fair. Let's try to maybe remove it if it wants to come. There we go. Yeah, that one. Okay, so there's basically 3 layers of sheet metal, but nothing's holding together really. So I'm gonna clamp it and just weld it all together along the edge. So that way we're gonna make sure it's all working like in one, just in one layer. Because right now, basically, let's say that this is useless, like this is bent at the bottom, but that part here is useless. That part here will act differently than the one at the back here. So if we're welding all that together, now all this corner is gonna be really more solid. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Maybe sometimes I'm talking a bit too much, because that's the kind of thing I'm just like, all right, I have knowledge, let me give you knowledge. I'm gonna give you some. So see, I'm just going to clamp it so they are all stacked together. I'm gonna try to push maybe that a little bit more at the back over here. So now they are all clamped together, and I'm just going to start welding them. So up here, then I'm gonna try to use the plier just to clamp that top pointy corner here with all the rest. And we're just gonna move on and weld everything. So that's gonna be a first step to make that edge cleaner. First of all, I might want to take just something to remove a bit of the dust. There we go. That's better. There was a lot of dust in there. And then we're gonna bring the welder in place. Well, bring the guns, because I don't have enough extension for that. If there's professional welder in the chat, don't judge me. You need it? Well, I love to give those info. I'm all down for that. Because basically I was planning to do the project anyway on the car, and I just decided that I had the knowledge and everything to and the possibility to build a little setup for me to stream it. So honestly, the only reason I'm here is because at the end of my last project, I've decided to basically go ahead, put a computer in the garage. I installed the car hoist that's brand new from this summer. That was really a dream to have that. I know I'm really lucky to have that possibility. And yeah, so basically I went on and started the project live on stream. By the way, if any of you want to follow what's going on or what happened already on the car, you can always check the YouTube channel, VNTO_TV on YouTube. You're gonna find all the VODs, no editing, nothing at all. I'm just telling you right away. So it's 2, 3, 4 hours long videos, but you can keep an eye on there. Oh yeah, I love that. Honestly, before Christmas, I would love that we turn the key. So I'm working 4 days a week on it. Basically, more or less, I often skip the Thursday afternoon just to go in town and buy some parts and stuff like that. So I kind of still work on the project even though I'm not live. But yeah, most of it I'm doing it live. And yeah, I can show you what I showed you yesterday, RS1 for Ludwig. Wait. Front cam. Oh, front cam. Hey, all right. So basically, we are also working with custom kits like these. So these are some Apex engineered custom cross member. So they are allowing us to have a lot of adjustability with the car. And we have a complete kit that's worth way too much, but I say too much because I hate paying so much money for stuff. But basically they are insane. They are worth the price, so that's why I ordered them. It's just that they dig a good hole in my bank account. But yeah, so if you want to see another kind of parts, so that kind of stuff here, and basically like here the 3 holes, they are some attachment point for the sway bar and stuff like that. So we have full adjustability on so many parts right there. It's just insane. Oh, the emote. By the way, all the emotes on the channel are my actual dog. It's a friend of mine who did all of those. Well, in fact, it is one of my ex-students. You were thinking I was to say ex-girlfriend. No, no, no. It's ex-student that did them, and they are just awesome. I really love the one with the money, because basically every time I'm buying car parts, it's like, oh, money. Because car project cost a lot. All right, let's weld that all together now. Dual side. Dual side. Hey, there we go. Well, let's take that. Let's turn on gas. Let's turn on also the welder. There we go. Welding that edge, we already did that before on the other side. This one I thought I would be okay, but finally I figured out it was better for us to do it now. Because once everything's cut, we can clearly see that nothing is welded. I'm gonna, wait a sec. Can I, yeah, it's holding. I'm gonna turn on the heat one bit further because in the way we're welding, it's gonna help. All right, I'm not a professional welder. All the emotes, I love them. So make sure you don't judge too much, okay? All right, let's go. By the way, that's really not good for a webcam. All right. Not too bad except for the wire that went away there. Let's try to just clip that. If I can make everything stick together at the top. Can I weld that without welding the clamp? Let's try. I feel like that's gonna work. Yeah. All right, everything's stacked together now. Let's just move on and weld everything. All right, so I just did something bad. I have a bubble in there, so I'm just going to remove it. Oh, that might be the reason why the welder was acting weird this morning. I feel like the distributor just failed. Oh yeah, okay. There was a bit of loose in here, so let me just cut that. There we go. There we go. There. And then put that again. Yeah, that was maybe the problem. Right, so now our edge down here is okay. And we're just going to finish welding from here. So let's go. And trying not to put too much of a big hole in there. Right, just a little bit in here. There you go. All right, that I'm happy with that. Now that's looking good. Explosion! So, I'm not a professional welder, but that's not bad at all. So basically all the edge now is one continuous line, which means it's all working together. Yeah, well, for welding, honestly, it's like I'm gonna be the boring guy telling you it's practicing. I'm not a professional, but before, if you go on the YouTube channel, you will see in the playlist, there's a playlist about a Honda Fit. I bought it in June, and we redid all the rocker panels at the bottom. Reason for that, it was some practice for the Datsun. So I basically bought a car with rusty panels in there, right under the back door, like the rear door. And yeah, so basically I repaired that with a new sheet metal, that the same one we're using on the car. And yeah, I just learned. Well, I knew how to do it, kind of, but never did it. So we practiced on another car that's worth way less, and then jumped on the Datsun. So, and I still make mistake in the Datsun, but yeah, we're trying our best. And we're drinking a lot of coffee, iced coffee and stuff like that on stream too. One of my favorite things. By the way, for those who are new here, just so you know, I usually stream Monday to Thursday on the car, and usually on Friday night I'm playing some video games with friends. I'm a real good Tarkov enjoyer, so Escape from Tarkov is one of my main games at the moment. Well, it's probably one of the games I've played the most so far, and usually I was also a Rocket League player, but that's a thing from the past for me now. But yeah, Tarkov, and otherwise we're playing some art survival and stuff like that with friends, even Minecraft. You have also random sounds. There's over 400 random sounds in a folder on the computer, and there's a bot, so when you're claiming a random sound from the channel point, it's gonna pick into those 400 sounds. So there's some that are horrible, some are really funny, so do not hesitate. I always love that. And if you write the name of my girlfriend, Flo, F-L-O, well, basically you're gonna hear one of her scream when she's playing Phasmophobia or Minecraft. Yeah, because she's screaming when playing Minecraft. Don't judge her. Well, I do judge her, but yeah, you know, part of the game. All right. So we just finished cleaning that edge. It's looking way better now. There's still like something at the bottom here I don't really love, but that's something for later on. Right now we're gonna try making the little piece here that's gonna sit on top there. So I think we're gonna move on and start cutting the metal piece here. So basically the idea is to use that and make just some sort of a platform over here that's gonna be welded on both sides, and then yeah, just move on and basically because I want to say it, yeah, basically make it fit so it looks nice. It looks just like a little table on there, because we're just going to use the rear part over here, so we're just going to kind of close that edge there, so it's going to be super strong and it should work perfectly. So first of all, we need to measure how long of that we need. Like up here, I feel like I'm gonna grab a pen and mark a little bit in there. Phew. 40 years old dust, love it. So basically what I'm looking for is to make sure that when I'm gonna put my panel back over here, that it's not showing. So basically everything that's inside what we see at the back here should be hidden pretty well. So one thing I'm gonna do is just to keep a bit of, like, just making sure we are a bit in the inner side and not on the outside edge, just to make sure it's hidden. So we're gonna measure up to here. If the pen wanna work, there you go. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna basically touch the part on top there, and here we're gonna go up to the front here. So whoops, that's a big line. These pens are great, but not in the dust. So when you're trying to apply more paint, it's yeah, it's a bit yeah, you see. All right, so basically I'm gonna take one measurement here for the bottom part there, and then one measurement on the top for the outer part there. So we're gonna cut that already. Then I feel like I'm gonna apply there. It's not a perfect 90 degrees, it's maybe more like a 85 degrees, something like that. So basically we're going to just make sure that when we put our piece in place, we will have a gap here. We're gonna measure it, then put it over there and cut a triangle shape in there so it's gonna sit flush. That's the theory. I'm not a pro. We're gonna see how it's going. But so far we have been quite good on doing stuff like that. I feel like this morning was one of the worst I did, but overall we're not too bad.
Did you know with Amazon Prime you get a free sub every month? Any primers?
VNTO fan. Oh my god, that's like such a funny name. Like, I never thought someone will do something like this one day. All right, so basically let me grab that. All right, I'm gonna round it up at are we going at 4? Oh no, better keep it safe there. So it's gonna be 3 3/4 to 2 1/2. All right, so let's move on the little bench here. I am a primer. Oh yeah. Thank you, Jonathan, for remembering us about Prime. Front cam. All right, so basically here I'm just going to put the mark in here to make sure we know where we are going with that. And so we said 3 3/4 at the top there. So let's put that in place like that. And here we said 2 1/2 inches that we're gonna put on 2 sides, because I'm gonna keep a bit more material at the top because I want to make it a nice shape. So basically I'm gonna explain what I'm doing right here. I'm using these marks to make a line that I'm gonna cut basically. Well, more like this, more like this. So I'm gonna cut it this way. However, I want to make sure here I'm gonna have enough material to basically make a smooth edge. So for that, I'm just going to draw exactly what I'm expecting the parts to look like. Because I just want to make sure that it's not going to feel too bad on the car. Like, I don't want a sharp edge that's maybe dangerous for anything. So basically we're gonna cut the straight line first. So in here we're gonna cut the straight line on top there first, but after that we're gonna round it up.
Edson, wow, hello, amused.
What's Hedgeson? I don't know what that word means. All right, so let's cut that. It's getting buzzy in there. Gonna remove some stuff. I don't know if you told me last night, Hedson is a Swedish word for saying hello. Oh, nice, love it. Yeah, only thing to take care of, and like for that I'm okay with Hedson. I don't know if I'm saying that right, probably not. But yeah, basically the only thing to know about that on Twitch is that the streamer has to like, how would I say that? Basically, the streamer is responsible for what his chat is saying, kind of. So basically, if you're speaking English only, well, your chat must be English only, because if someone's saying something bad, like racist or anything in another language, and you're not blocking that, you can be responsible for that. Like, you can have consequences. So that's why there's a lot of American streamers that are not tolerating absolutely any other language, because basically you have to deal with that. Fun thing is, here I can have both French and English, which is nice, because I'm my first language is French, but we learned English since so long ago, and you can see like my English it's not perfect, but it's okay. So I can understand pretty much everything someone's saying in English in the chat, so I'm okay with that. The disc is gone. We're gonna change that, because you're not cutting with something looking like this. Okay, bye. Pom, 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 pom. This disc is not brand new, but we're gonna deal with that. On your side, RS1, I will go on my phone and watch, so I won't chat so much, but I will be watching. Thank you so much. Even a lurk is still super good for the stat. I was to say, are you streaming in English or mostly in Swedish? Is it how we say that? Yeah, you say a Swedish word, yeah, so in Swedish. Are you doing both? But it's all good. Have a good lurk. Thank you so much again for the raid. It's crazy. I love that so much, guy. All right, let's cut that. So I'm gonna switch into the other sound mode, just to make sure I'm not making so much noise that you want to stop listening. Loud noise. I just read your message, RS1. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So mostly Swedish, but basically anyone coming by and talking in English, you're gonna answer in English. Basically, what I'm doing here. Obviously, now I'm more into the English part of it than I was before. Before, I was mostly speaking in French. During the gaming night on a Friday night, it's gonna be mostly in French most of the time because between us, like me and my friends, we are chatting in French, so most of the stream's gonna be in French. But other than that, yeah, it happens. Like now I'm okay with my English accent. Before it was like something that blocks me, but now I'm okay with it. So I'm not making a big deal of it, and I'm just going straight in English and coming back to French if I have people in the chat that are less used to watching English content. So, but yeah, it's a different way of doing those kind of stuff. All right, let's cut. Loud noise. We're gonna have to clamp that. Voice. Oh, I'm already. Oh, I forgot to put the. Oh, sorry, I was still in loud. Hey, what's up, Lump? All right, Lump, I didn't know if you were home today or not. I almost messaged you this lunch break, during my lunch break, to know if you want to play. Like, I know Micah is moving and everything, and I was like, I will feel like doing a raid in Tarkov, and I almost messaged you, but in fact, I didn't even open the game. I just watched something else while I was eating, so, but I almost. Are you still playing, Lump, at the moment? Loud noise. Okay, yeah, I know. Like I said, I was like on the edge of playing or not. I did one raid on Shoreline this morning, and I got one tap by a scav in the face, and not even a player scav. But after having like quite a good raid, so I was a bit frustrated. So I was like, oh, you were on your PlayStation, okay, makes sense. And yeah, so I was like, oh, fuck that. So this lunch break, I was like, oh, am I doing one? And did I even do escape? No, I just opened it, done the find entrance for a quest, daily quest, and then I went off. Oh yeah, upgraded a few things in the hideout, and disconnected and watched some stuff on Twitch while eating. So that was that. But tonight I have have a go-kart race, and right after that I'm gonna be playing. So if you want to jump in with me, just let me know. Other than that, I was maybe going to play if Blue and Chef or anyone were on the church Discord, but I'll be down for some deals on Shoreline or something like that. Oh, not even Shoreline, anything. I have reserve, I have everything. I'm up for anything. That would just be fun. So I'm gonna probably message you. Sounds good. Loud noise. Oh, loud noise. Loud noise. All right. So yeah, by the way, Lump, if you were not there in the last week or two, we did a lot of progression on the car, even though it doesn't seem like it. But basically, we're getting close to reassembling stuff now. We are just moving forward. We did the last rust repair this morning, and now we are trying to make that bracing I wanted to do on the fenders. So yeah, we're looking forward for that. So yeah, dual side. Dual side. Hey, so right now, guys, what I'm doing is nothing crazy, just simple stuff. We are basically looking for this part right here to go straight there, but as you can see at the back here, let me put the camera higher so you're gonna see it better, like that. At the back here, we have a gap, right? So the idea behind that is to basically put that edge flush against that wall, let's call it this way, and measure the gap right here. Then put that measurement at the back here and cut a triangle shape. That's gonna basically give us the angle from that to that place in here. So that should work technically. So let me grab a ruler just to have a good measurement. The ruler is over here. And we're gonna be basically just removing a tiny triangle shape just so we get that angle covered. So if I'm going like, that's gonna be a hard one, right? Okay, bye. Like that, right in the door. Is it working? No, it's not. Right, let's just go like this then. All right, so basically, I want to remove 14 mil at the top here. So, front cam. Hey, have a great night, have a good night. Yeah, because basically for you it's like what, +6, +7 hours, something like that. Have a great night. Thank you so much, IRS1, for the raid, second raid in 2 days, and for the gifted sub. You're amazing, man. Thank you so much. What a legend. Have a good night, you deserve it, and see you later. See you another day for the project progression. So Hey, thank you. Have a great night. So there we go. So basically the gap we had between here and the wall, we put the measurement at top and we're gonna be removing that triangle shape. So technically that the entire piece will slide right in place after that. So let's try to do so and see if what I'm saying is true. It feels like it should be true, but hey, you never know. Right there, then there, and I feel like we're gonna be missing a bit of battery for that one. Told you, I was feeling that the power was getting low. That's the only inconvenience with battery stuff, but at the same time, I kind of love it. Oh, that one didn't even charge. It was not plugged well into the charger. Well, damn. Loud noise. Sorry for forgetting the filter. Dual side. Dual side. Hey. Let's see. Moment of truth. Bam. So the only thing I didn't think of was that at the back, removing that, we are pushing that a bit more in the inside, but that's no big deal, to be fair, because we want... Okay, bye. We basically want, so that's a mistake from my side. I should have think that of the fact that cutting material here will change that. So basically we should have, what we should have done, put the pieces right here without cutting it, and then measure the gap and put that in place before calculating that. So that will have helped to have the good measurement. However, since we have done that so far, we're gonna keep going with that thing right there. So here we're gonna be welding that through the to the wall over there. Then we're gonna add on top of that. Are we? I'm thinking of something, because basically what I want to do is also plate the top here. So I don't know if we're gonna be welding that there. That's a good question, because if I'm welding that, it's gonna be hard to put just a layer of metal on top. Like if I want to put maybe a really thick thing in here, I could be using that. But now with that, I want it to sit flush, then weld them. But if I'm not, let's use a side that's a bit more flat. But if I'm welding that, I'm not going to be able to put that flush to there, flush to that metal piece. But at the same time, I feel like since, if we're doing the angle here and welding the tube on that and that, it won't matter because it will not flex. That's a big one to think of. That's not an easy thing to decide, because I could also just go with that and have the tube in here welded to that, and that will work too. Or even move it forward, in fact. Right, that's a big decision to do. Yeah, I feel like, okay, never mind. I feel like the good way to do it will be to cut a bit of flat bar and like just so, I'm gonna take a smaller one, put that first, then weld the top here, and then put that on top there, weld that there, and weld it on the corner here, and at the back here have a plate going further down, like a bit in an angle, like this with a flat top, and weld that one along the edge here and weld that to that. Because basically what I want is not having just a weld at the top. I would love to have also strength under it at the bottom. Hey Hawk, what up? Sorry, I was not looking at the chat. I was making my brain work a little bit. Hello, how are you? How's your day so far? I hope everything's doing great. It smells like burning brain cells right now in the garage. All right, so yeah, that could be it. Because other than that, we could just weld that and put the tube in place. Because basically our tube, do I have it close? Stay there. What I would love to is that it goes straight in there and have it go this way. Boom, and moving at the top here. But I don't know if I should weld straight on that or not. Part of me saying yes, the other part say I make a good piece of metal in there just to make sure you have good material. All right, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. We're gonna be welding at the bottom there. We're gonna be welding a little there, all around here, and we're gonna put a plate on this side going a bit higher, but weld that bottom here to the new plate. We're not going to put a new plate in there. It's not worth the effort, because basically we can just remove the paint and weld that right there. And because our tube is not, it's not like we're stitching it like this with 3 walls. We're basically putting welds on 2 walls, which will be plenty to support that from moving. And it's reinforcement, like it's working already. Let me guess, Hawk is now in a hot raid right now, and she cannot answer on the question, how's your day so far? Or she's working. She might be at work. That will make more sense. Yay, welding, yay! Sparkling heart. Or welding heart. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm not saying that ever again, okay? All right, so we're gonna be removing the paint first. Then we're gonna make some metal, a little plate of metal for the back there. We're gonna be using, I had it again, like, okay, yeah, this. So basically we're gonna be using that, and we're just going to try to cut it here, but yeah, calculate it to have a shape fitting right in here. So we might do another template in a cardboard box because it's easier, and just bring that with us, cut it on the bench, then weld it there. Once it's welded there, we're gonna apply the other part here, weld it, and then we're gonna make the tube fit. And we're also going to put a reinforcement plate at the top here. That joke, I do whatever I want. I don't have a plasma cutter. I never used one actually. Yay, your day is amazing, love it. I'm gonna try to play some Tarkov tonight. By the way, if you're interested, I already told that to Lump, so I think you're playing quite a lot with Peach right now, so if you want to play with her, and it's all good, but if you want to play with me at some point, just tell me. It's gonna be a pleasure for me, because hey, I'm not a Chad, I'm just trying my best, okay? I'm doing my best, the best I can in Tarkov. That. All right, so cardboard. We need some cardboard. There we have that one here we can use. Sounds good. Also, we might be, if we are already playing, I have a go-kart race tonight, but it's earlier than the last time. I'm on the first race because I got downgraded. I knew it was going to happen. My last race was so bad. I had a kart that was like so slow. Like I was a second slower than my normal average on the track, so it was feeling bad. But yeah, so basically what I was about to say was not that, but more that yeah, since I'm in the first race, I should be around quite early tonight, which is pretty cool. So I wanted to go up here, somewhere around there, but that's not giving me. So basically I want to cut something through here, make that a straight edge, then it's gonna go right at the back there, then I'm gonna be able to cut it like this. Let's try that for now. Front cam. Hey, first shot. Also, do you take Lump? I don't know if you're still there, if you're doing something or anything, but Hawk and Lump, do you think TFG is gonna successfully kill the 420, get the 420 kills for Friday? I feel like he will. Honestly, I feel like he will. Like, it's looking really good at the moment. All right, that's too high. Dual side. So I'm just going to bring you with me because I'm gonna be I know he's playing another game right now. Why? Oh, he's too confident. It's going too well, so he's like, oh yeah, I have time for that. What is he playing? Like, was Tarkov broken or so? Or what's going on? There's no reason, I guess, for him playing another game on a challenge, on a 1 week challenge. Still too high there. Someone paid $100 to make him. Oh my God. Well, in this case, that's okay. Was that, I don't remember his name, Triax, something like that, who paid that amount? Like, that guy gave so much money to TFG, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Which is awesome, to be fair. All right, let's go, boom. With that in place, I just need that to be not a sharp corner like this, there, boom. Now I can just mark where to cut and it's gonna work. Oh yeah, him. I'm gonna ask you tonight if we play together, not on stream, because that's leaving some trace, and I don't want trace to be left with that question. But I'm gonna have one question for you. Which is not something for the chat to know. All right, so I'm gonna have a good template here. There, boom. Let's finish cutting that, test it in place, and if it's working, cutting into the metal bar. He's the one who paid for him to play the other game, lol. Yeah. I understand that. He didn't pay just for that overall. He paid for so many things so far. All right, there we go. So as you can see, this is going to be the perfect plate there. So the plan is put that in here, weld it at the top, weld it at the bottom there, put our other plate in place. In fact, we're just going to weld it at the bottom from the 3/4 up to bottom there, because basically we want to keep the top where the metal plate's gonna be applied clean, and then we're gonna be welding that to that, and yeah, welding the plate there, and welding it along that plate. Make sense? Let's do it. Front cam. Wait, what? Holy crap. While working, I guess? Oh my god, did it cost you like a lot of money? Because it was not like, how would I say that? Here, basically in Canada, if you have like, let's say 10 gigabyte of data for the month, going over that is costing quite a lot of money. I hope it wasn't the case for you. Because that will suck a little bit. I have unlimited. Okay, see, that's something I don't think we have here, except if you're paying like a crazy amount per month. Like, it's so broken, that the data for a mobile phone, it's crazy. All right, we have one small problem. It's going out of the place there. However, it's no big deal because basically this is at the bottom, so we can just cut straight and it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be all right. I don't think, yeah, I never heard of unlimited here, so I assume that it's some crazy company, like how would I say that? I don't know. Contract. Yeah, I think it's contract. Like, I guess companies can have unlimited for a good contract, but like I feel like it will be something over $100 per month. Oof. But what do you mean? Where you? Oh, okay, yeah, for the data. But at the same time, it's no big deal since you have unlimited, right? Like, we can have unlimited for the internet over here, like your house internet, but on cell phone, yeah, unlimited, I don't think it's a thing, to be fair. There we go. Whoop. Buffer, there. Let's cut. Oh yeah, baby. Loud noise. Boys. You sure you know what you're doing with your data? Hello? Have you seen your Twitch as being open for so long? Are you crazy? Who's watching Twitch that much? Come on, who you? What you doing? Hey, save the data, please. It's crazy. Yeah, the slow jazz. I love lo-fi. Like I was thinking about putting Spotify on the stream and having split audio channel and everything, but the lo-fi is just perfect. Hey yo Jeff, what up? Who are you? All right, dual side. Dual side. So, does it fit? Ouch, ouch, hot. It's on the wrong side, I think. There we go. Oh, is it? Wait, what? Oh, there. It's hot. Oh yeah, that's where we are missing one part. Boom. So basically we're gonna be welding that there. That's gonna be the reinforcement for the back. Then our plate here, making it leveled, and then our tube. So that's perfect, let's clean that. Front cam. Let's grab a glove, because it's gonna be hot. Let's grab the airline, that's not the good glove. Yeah, that's perfect. We love when it's relaxed. Right, my metal piece there. So this is way thicker than what we use for body panel. So basically we're gonna be able to put more heat and do some better welding usually, normally. Loud noise. Loud noise. All right, so by the way, I haven't even explained to you guys, Hawk and Jeff, what we are doing at the moment. I'm just going to show you just because it's gonna give you an idea. Basically, I'm I'm fabricating a reinforcement plate just so we can do something like this. So the red piece here, you see the logo AE, basically it's Apex Engineered, which is exactly the same thing as the subframe kit, the golden parts we have in here. It's the same company. However, they are not doing that red piece here for my car. This is for the oldest Z car there is. So basically we are doing like a replica of that with by ourselves. So we are DIYing the thing here to reinforce the wheel arch. So this is gonna help distribute the stress over the structural part of the car. Was it necessary? Probably not. but at the same time, I'm freaking putting 600 HP in a really small car. So better be safe than sorry. Oh yeah, custom reinforcement. So we're not doing the exact same thing. I was planning like, cause let me show you again to you. Cause basically you see here, it's basically 3 pieces to make the reinforcement on the frame. Then it's the tube in there. On our side, we have a thicker part here. So basically we're just reinforcing the back here and the bottom to make it flat. And we're gonna weld the tube at the back here and not on that side of the car. So basically we're welding at the bottom here. We just won't have that third wall at the back there. Like that third plate if you want. So that's the only difference on the way we're doing it, but yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. It's just taking your time. I feel like the angle on the tubes is going to be the hardest part to do. Like to make everything fit well before welding, that's gonna be the biggest part. Ouais, mais justement, attends un peu, je te montre. Dual side. Dual side. Je te montre ça tout de suite. En gros, Jeff, sorry Hawk, I'm gonna switch in French so we make sure. En gros, moi, c'est pas plat ici. Fait que ce que je fais, c'est que j'ai cette plaque-là qui va venir mettre le fond plat. Mais ici, pour pas souder, puis que justement qu'en mettant ça dans le coin, que ça force là-dessus, je me suis fait une plate qui va venir ici renforcer le fond, souder en dessous et au-dessus, avec la plaque ici qui va souder comme pas dans le milieu, mais genre comme au tiers, mettons, de la plate. Fait que comme ça ici, je tombe à avoir une espèce de T, puis mon tube va être plus centré, c'est ça. J'ai pas une petite surface ici, j'ai quand même une large surface. Fait que ça ici, c'est le tube va être soudé moitié-moitié là-dessus, puis partir en diagonale. Ce qui fait que le troisième au fond là, tu sais, ça pourra pas forcer dessus, ça va être soudé là, puis ça monte de même. Fait que tu sais, je vais avoir un trait de soudure tout le long ici, basically. OK, c'est ça, exact. Fait que c'est vu que le design du char reste un peu différent, je peux pas vraiment y aller identique au truc. Ça ici, je risque d'arrondir le coin pour qu'il fitte un peu mieux, même peut-être le mettre en diagonale, parce qu'ici, au fond, il est dans le vide. Fait que je vais l'emmener jusqu'à où est-ce qu'il touche, qu'on va pouvoir souder. Fait que je vais avoir de la soudure ici, en plus d'être soudé sur le top, tout ça. Fait que, tu sais, normalement, je vais avoir de quoi de très très solide là-dessus. Là. Fait que tout, tu sais, puis la plaque, c'est pas de la petite plaque, là, c'est pas un petit gauge, fait qu'on va être super renforcé. Fait que c'est ça, puis avec le tube qui part du milieu en montant jusqu'au top du fender, là, ça va être, selon moi, plenty. Fait que ça, avec la plaque, ça va pousser sur une très grosse surface sur ça, puis en bas ici, ça va être renforcé à fond. Voilà. So, time to remove some paint. I'm gonna mark it just so we know around where we need to remove paint. Aucune idée du gauge, j'ai même pas checké. Je peux te dire ça. C'est pas du 3. 3.8, non, 3.8 c'est trop épais. 3.8 t'es épais en maudit, non? Pas toi, mais le matériel. C'est du 1/4, c'est de la plate 1/4. Basically, I'm just going to push it in place and mark it. So there. So that way we know exactly where we have to remove paint. And then we're gonna mark it on top there too. Because I don't want to be removing too much paint. And we also Well, it doesn't matter at this point. Everything's gonna be painted again further down the road. But for now, that, and I'm also going to mark up to where I have contact up here. So we're gonna cut that thing right there, like this. So it's gonna look sweet. And on top here, we have to remove up to here. There you go. Boom, so we have all the reference. Let's cut that little part here just to make it clean, since we're already prepared for that. Ouais, ça va être raide au bout, là. Je viens de voir t'avais écrit ça. That's what she said. All right. Loud noise. All right, so with that done, look at this. Whoa, looking professional there, smooth. We're gonna have such a boink. Look at this, perfectly smooth. So this is looking good. I know there's a hole in there. That's an old plate used for something else, but like it's really thick, so that's gonna be perfect. And honestly, I don't mind the holes there because it's gonna let it breathe in there and be some, yeah, just make sure there's no condensation behind there. So that's pretty cool. All right, so now we need to bring the big boy brush out there just to make sure we're cleaning the paint. So let's do that. Let's remove this. I love how every time I'm putting a metal plate on top here, basically we have, it's used as a table not long after that. Right, that 15, 16 keys it back in place. Yes, it is, which is great. I'm proud of myself. So, there we go. Oh yeah, I need to do some correction too for my class. Frick. Not today for sure, but tomorrow night I know what I'm doing. All right, so let's remove some paint. Loud noise. Alright, so basically the only place I cannot reach is the really far corner in there. I'm gonna try with another thing. Ouch, I have brush wire stick to me. That hurt. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna try to reach that with this, because basically I just need to go to that edge over there just a little bit. There's still a bit of paint that won't be great for welding, but other than that, the metal is so clean under there. It's so good to see. Loud noise. All right, seems like it's gonna be really hard to get there. We might have to do it by hand. Just let me look with the plate if it's going over there or not. If it's going right over it, we're gonna be okay. And we need to weld straight in there. Well, maybe not. We're gonna be removing a bit of metal at the top there, so it's gonna fit better against the back wall there, and we won't have to basically do that. Sounds good. So I said over there, loud noise. Loud noise. Yeah, I really need to wait before asking for something to the butt. Well, yeah, right there. We still have something at the top there. I'm gonna be removing a bit more material right there, just so we're getting, yeah, just making it a bit more in diagonal, so it's gonna sit flush to the back there. So that means that way. Let's try with that, but I feel like I'm missing a bit of hair power. Loud noise. Loud noise. All right, so is it better? That's definitely way better. All right, with that, if you look at the fitment, we're gonna be able to weld that in place. The little gap we have everywhere is really easy to weld in place. So that's gonna be a good one. We're gonna try to weld it with maybe the heat set it to C, because I feel like we're gonna be able to go through that with like weld it properly with a C and not going through the material. So hopefully I'm right. Other than that, we're gonna bring it back to B. So it's holding in place right now. Wow. Let's set that up. See, bit more wire. Open that. Make sure we have to. It did well for a while, then it fall. All right, there. Let's go. Ready for some welding, guys? We will see also if I need to change my wire. In fact, I should, I think. I don't know for welding to the panel itself, to the body of the car. Jeff, tu grossirais-tu le fil, tu penses? Yeah, no. I know the answer. Never mind. Front cam. All right, so basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch the wire in the welder because we're doing structural work, so we're gonna be applying a bit more heat to that. Because we're adding more heat, basically the small wire is gonna melt really badly and not really go through the metal, but just melt before even getting in there. It's kind of weird to explain, but yeah, basically we're just going to have problem because we're gonna miss material to push in there. With the big wire, we're gonna be able to set a higher temperature and it's gonna apply a bit more new material in there to make it fuse together. So we're not just going to apply heat, we're gonna apply like heat and material at the same time, which is the reason why I want a thicker wire. Structural things should always be done with a thicker wire, and basically body work when it's finishing, then you go with a smaller gauge. So I'm bringing the wiring back. I already done that a few times on stream, so I'm not gonna put the camera over here just for you to see. You can take a look at previous videos we have done in here. There we go. Then I'm just going to push that wire through here. Through there. Boom. Then bring the big boy wire. I'm in not the good side for that. All right. And do this. Oh, I forgot to bring something to cut it. Shit. No choice. Gonna have to. Can I do that? Yeah, it's working. Maybe not for long. All right. There. That. Let's change the wheel up here, the feeder. 0.35. Yeah, I know I'm doing the right choice by doing that. I'm really sure we will have fucked it up with a small wire. Oh yeah, we had a setting that was now wrong on that. All right, let's bring, oh, I forgot also to change the nozzle because we have to put the bigger one in there. Let's go. It's a bit of job, but to make a great job after that, it's gonna be helpful. There we go. It's like really the last big thing we have to do on the car for now on the body. No, not true. The frame rail, but that's not for right now. It's gonna be for later on in maybe a month, because I need to wait for my friend to have time to build the part. All right. Let's just bring the wire up here. Dual side. Dual side. Dual side. All right, wait for it. It's probably stuck in here. Always forget that, it's better to. Is it working? I'm gonna go take a look. Never mind. Front cam. Why are you not turning? Why are you not grabbing on it? Wait a sec, I have a problem with the wiring feed. Oh, okay, I think I know why. All right, it was off track. All right. So now we're gonna be ready. Dual side. All right, so as you can see now we have wire. Let's just put the nozzle on top there, like this. The wire nozzle. Then it's gonna be the gas nozzle. So there we go. Oh, let's just remove the excessive amount of wire. And then put that, that's gonna be the gas nozzle. So basically the gas going all around the welding spot, helping us to have a great welding. All right, now let's reduce the wiring speed. We are on C, let's open up the gas bottle again. All right, and now we're talking. So it's time to weld. Let's do this. Pump, 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 pump. If I can grab that metal piece there. So this is where we are putting it. Basically exactly like that. So I'm gonna tack weld at the bottom there. In fact, maybe more at the top, just before I come and tack weld it here, because maybe I'm gonna try to push it a little bit to close the gap at the back here. So let's try it first. You have the cam? Yeah, you have the cam. All right. That's gonna be a hard way to do it. Yeah. All right, I release way too much wire now because I'm pressing without wanting it. The trigger. There we go. Sit flush, flush. Oh yeah, that one's welding hard. The sound is way different from what we've heard so far. C setting is the mean setting. Right, so let's hold it on top there. Bam. So now we have something mean. And at the bottom here, I have something on my cloth. There we go. You can hear by the sound how mean it is. So from there, I'm gonna grab the hammer and just try to close the gap at the top there. And once this is done, we're gonna be able to just move forward and just weld the entire thing. So here, I'm not going to weld in the really corner over there because we have to weld our plate, so we want it to sit flush. So we're gonna weld the upper part here at the back, the top side and the side here. Then we're gonna put our plate and see where it's going. All right, never mind, that's not moving at all. So we're gonna make it work like this. One of the best weld we have done so far. Jeff, if you're there, you can judge, because that one, how good is it looking on stream? Not bad. And I had my glove getting stuck in a place, so I wasn't able to do it in one go, but that's really not bad. I'm happy with that one. And like the penetration is really, really good. Honestly, the heat is perfect, the settings are perfect. It's welding like smooth, going on both sides. You see how it just went in there. So we have a lot of penetration, it's all good. We love it, we enjoy that, and we're gonna keep going. So basically that edge, and now with what I'm seeing here, I just need to make sure, because basically we're going there. So from here, I need to make sure I'm not going further down than there. So we're just going to do maybe half the height over there, because we're gonna finish that with this. I'm gonna do the top already, and then we will move to that piece here. So let's go. I'm losing a earbud. Wait a sec. All right. Ready, set, go. There we go. There. No smoke coming out of the car. Nothing burning. Seems good. All right. Let's do the top part here now, shall we? That's gonna be a hard one. Bam! Sheesh! All right, I move a bit too fast on that one, but really not too bad. Like, you can see the pattern is a bit like getting distance at the middle there. I was moving just a bit too fast, but that's really, really good. Right, bottom part here, because we're gonna cover that basically. And once this is done, we're adding the other plate. Just gonna make sure we don't have a fire inside the car, because that's not what we want. Inside of the car is doing great. That's what we wanna see. Hey, I forgot there was a third pedal in there. All right, I'm really happy with that one. Honestly, it's looking great. That's one of the best welding we have done so far. All right, am I trying to get that further edge there done? I think I do. Like, that's plenty, but I just want to close that gap. Maybe that's where we are fucking that up. So far, this is good. Never mind, we did well. All right. Now let's put the other piece in there and weld it. Like I said, one of the best welding sessions we had so far. So this one's going on top here. We can close the gap at the bottom there. Like, there's a piece here we are missing. We're gonna make it happen. There, boom. All right, I'm gonna have to remove paint at the back here, first of all, because that's not going to work well. Loud sound, loud noise. Loud noise. All right, so we have a really good welding session. Let's keep going. So basically we are welding that one right here. So I'm gonna tack it at the bottom, then we're gonna tack it on the side and at the back. And from there, we're gonna be able to work it out. that one work a bit not as good on the corner here, but it's not too bad. So we're gonna weld the bottom there. Oh. We burst a little hole through there. Like nothing bad because it filled by itself, but we just burst a small hole, so, but now it's filled. Can we make those two sides connect here? That will be great. There we go. There we go. Now in the corner over here. All right. So that one was harder. The material on this side is a bit less good as that side, but really not bad overall. Really, really not bad. So yeah, we're pretty much there. Boom. So right now I'm gonna start welding those two parts here, just like half an inch at the back, half an inch here, because I don't know exactly how we're gonna make it happen. I feel like I'm gonna have to weld the tube, then finish it off. There. Boom. That one here is not well connected. I'm gonna redo that a little. There we go. Sheesh. That's what I call reinforcement. Honestly, I'm super proud of that one. Holy crap, it's looking good. Like, maybe not right now, but once there's gonna be the tube and everything, like the welding are super good. I'm really not ashamed of those. And basically, I had the tube not so long ago. Oh, I'm gonna open a little bit the door. There's a lot of smoke in here. I don't want to have a headache on my race tonight. Sorry for the fan noise there's gonna be in here, but I don't really have the choice if I want to survive. Let's open that. All right. Smoky. All right, so the tube. That first metal tube is here. I have some iced coffee also. Yep, that one's really, really great. Yes, I'm taking picture of my welding, okay? Every welders need to do that when they feel like they improved. So here, we're gonna have to notch it in a way where it's gonna sit around there. I want it to be a little more in the inner side of it, just to make sure we are doing well with that. And yeah, so it's gonna have to go there, and then we're gonna have to cut it around here. So this is where I want it to be. So I'm gonna also have to make the plate for the top part here. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put a reinforcement plate at the top. Better be safe than sorry. So basically the idea right here, I've shown it like many times, but I prefer to show it again just so you keep following my mindset on that, like how I'm thinking of it. Now we have a flat surface where we're gonna be notching that like in an arrow shape, just so it connects on both sides. It's flat on both sides, and we're gonna put it up here. So we need to cut it in an angle at the top here, and we're gonna put a reinforcement plate over there to make sure that we're not just pushing on the raw material right here, but having a double layer just to make sure everything's working well. So for that, we're not going to cut that just yet. I think we're better. I think we're gonna be better by adding already the plate at the top, because then we're gonna be able to measure everything. And the plate's gonna be the same material we put at the back here, like a 1/4 inch plate that we're just going to cut one part here. And around here, we're gonna go through 3 plates we already put in there. So we're just going to reinforce like maybe 6 inches at the top here, and so that our tube is going to push there. On the picture, on the reference, it's like there's way less reinforcement than that, I think. If we take a look, let me show you again. That. See, like the top plate here is really small. However, we don't see it welded in place. I wonder if they didn't put that in place just for the picture, like it's not installed at the moment. That will make sense. So basically here they have a really small one, but this one never have been like redone, I think. So basically better be safe than sorry. We're gonna expand the reinforcement a few inches away from where it's gonna sit. So that's gonna help preventing any bad shaping in there, like the tubing pushing too hard and digging a hole through there. So that's gonna help quite a lot. Yep, so let's go. All right, so I said around 6 inches. I feel like that's gonna be right. Might as well take a measuring tape and take a look at that, just making sure. If I find, yeah, it's there. Maybe 6 inches is too much. That's not what she said. So I want it to go there, around here. I said I will need the tube again to make sure. The tube itself is another 1/4 inch, I think. Yeah, we're gonna line the center with that mark here. So basically it's gonna help us when looking at the picture, the reference picture. It didn't went too far, because you have to keep in mind the wheel arch here is also for the wheel to move when you're turning. So basically, yeah, the end of the tube will be lining up here, basically, like that. Yeah, that will make sense. All right, and do we have the same mark on the other side? Should be, but just making sure. And we don't, oh yeah, we do. All right, so we're gonna be able to make it the same thing on both sides. which is awesome. So let's go with that. That which mean around 6 inches on both sides. Is it too much? No, it seems maybe it's gonna be easier to weld if we're making it 5 inches. 5 inches, we're gonna be over 2 plates here, and so we're gonna have better material. We're not going to be in between 2 wells. So perfect, might as well do that. We can stop that for now. We're gonna have to put front cam. All right, we're gonna have to put back the cutting disc. And what time is it? 4:20. All right, we're gonna prepare that. I don't think we're gonna be welding it tonight. If I want to have time to make myself a lunch before going to the race, because I thought I was racing later on. So this morning I said, oh, we're gonna be working until 5 tonight. Yeah, well, no, because still in voice. I've done so much talking. Am I saying let's do this that often? Yeah, I think I do. All right, I might add it. For real, it's a really good one. What I was saying basically is that we're gonna prepare a plate. Ah, ok. Ça veut-tu dire qu'il a switch tout seul? Je pense que oui. Peut-être qu'il y a eu de quoi qu'il a. Pourtant, c'est tough d'aller dans le truc, mais bon. Ce que je disais, c'est qu'on va faire une plate de 5 pouces qui va venir dans le haut ici, puis qui va juste au fond faire un double layer pour l'appui de ça. Fait que c'est ça là. Fait qu'en gros, on va remove ça. Puis on va remettre un cutting disc, on va préparer la plate. Puis vu que la course de karting est plus tôt que je pensais à soir, ben on va juste préparer. Puis ensuite de ça, on va call it there. Ce qui m'emmenait à la clé pour démancher cette affaire-là. Boom. Hey, pour de vrai, par contre, ça l'avance, là. Genre, je me gardais cette modification-là du châssis, tu sais, d'ajouter le tube, vraiment en bonbon pour la fin. Parce que je savais que si j'attaquais ça, puis qu'ensuite, il me restait que la rouille, c'était moins motivant, pas mal. Tandis que là, ça, c'est le fun. Hey, mettre la soudeuse en setup C, ça soude, wow! Genre, c'est intense. C'est vraiment trippant. All right. Loud noise. That's the last thing this disc is cutting. It's now really small. That's hot. All right, so dual side. Nailed it. So from there, that's gonna be the plate. We're gonna put it over here, and it's going to be welded in place to receive that tube right in the middle. So we're gonna have to see how we are welding that, because I feel like we're just going to be doing 3 sides, just because basically we cannot re-weld at the back. Yes, we can. In fact, we did a lip that allows us to do it. All right, we might then. We might weld it at the back too. So we're just going to push that in there. So there, we're gonna line up a little bit more here. Make sure we are welding everything together. Sounds great. The only thing I will say, yeah, we're gonna make it there, because I don't want to go over here. This is the normal one, and since we had to repair there, this one is maybe not top quality. So basically we're gonna be welding that in here, but with the edge on the welds, the weld we did over there. Also, if I had the possibility to, I will probably choose to bend it slightly, just so it's matching the shape a little bit better. Might try to do that, in fact. So I'm just going to take the bumper beam here and try to... Nah, that's not going to work. That's way too thick for that. Let me try. Now with all my weight on it, it's not even bending. All right, so we're maybe going to just weld that in place. Maybe two parts, and making sure, because the thing I'm afraid of is if I'm putting that here and welding the entire thing, the gap here inside might have some humidity happening, and then therefore some rust at some point. So we might just weld a little, like the both side on 1 inch. A lot of structural things are done this way, so we might just do that. And so it's gonna be double layered still, but with 2 1 inches stitch at the back, at the front, both side, and on this side it's gonna be fully welded. Should be quite good. All right, plate is cut, everything's prepared. That thing here is looking insane. Let's just put a little bit of primer on it to protect it, protect the bare metal. Even if we're gonna remove part of that primer, I prefer to protect it for now. Boom. Because to weld at the back here, we're gonna have to remove some, but that's no big deal. Not on that side. Hey. When it's prime, it's even better. It's even better. Look at this. When the tube's gonna be in there, it's gonna be awesome. All right, that. We're getting there, we're getting there. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side tomorrow, and yeah, we will finish that side and do the same thing tomorrow on the other side. That's gonna be doable. And once this is done, I hope I kept the cardboard box shape for the plate at the back here. So yeah, we will see how it ends up, but I'm pretty happy with that so far. Really happy with that, because basically what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is because if it's a tube with the middle is with an empty center, we're just going to mark each side and do a spot weld right inside at the middle, then weld it in there to the place there and weld it all around, so it's gonna make sure everything's welded together. It's gonna be sick, it's gonna be strong. That's what we want. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there for today. Front cam. Front cam. Hey, so yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there for today, guys. Yeah, I have to prepare for the go-kart race, so that's gonna be awesome too. I can't wait. Hopefully the weather is gonna be better, because right now it's raining. Blech. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 as always, if I'm not late like this morning. Hey. And basically, yeah, we will go ahead and keep going on the structural modification. So have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.